Hey guys, welcome to Gizmo Times. This is Chetan and this is the Tenor G. Tenor, the new smartphone brand in India, had launched the Tenor E before this, and that was a decent phone for what was the price it was offered for. And this one comes in the mid-range pricing. The Tenor G comes with a 5.5-inch Full HD display with the 400 nit brightness, and internally the phone is powered by the octa-core Qualcomm Snapdragon 626 processor that clocks at 2.2 GHz, and there are two variants, one with 3 GB of RAM and one with 4 GB of RAM. And the storage also is in different variants, that's 32 and 64 GB based on the RAM. One of the highlight features of this phone is the dual lens rear camera combination, that is a 13 plus 13 megapixel camera combination where one is a monochrome sensor and the other one is a color sensor. And both of them come with the f2.0 aperture, and there's face detection autofocus support offered there. Apart from that, on the front is a 16 megapixel f2.0 camera for the selfies, and it is a Samsung sensor. The phone comes with a metal body and it has a very decent design, good design with the symmetrical aspect shown on the bottom, where you have two speaker grills in the bottom and there's a micro USB port in the center. On the top is the 3.5mm headset jack. On the right are the buttons for both the power as well as the volume rockers. And on the left is a SIM card tray where you see one SIM card slot and the other one being a hybrid slot where you can either have a nano SIM or a micro SD card for the storage expansion to 128 GB. So first let's unbox the phone, where you see firstly the phone itself, and then there's a quick start guide which will let you know about what the phone offers and what you can do to start off using the phone. Next in the box what you see is this travel adapter, a SIM ejector pin, and a micro USB cable. So these are the only accessories. There are no headphones given in the box package, and that is it. So this is the phone and it runs the stock Android UI, but as was the case even with the Tenor E, you have to have an Amazon account and you'll have to log in through that first to start using the phone. So that is when you connect to the Wi-Fi or data network, then you'll have to log into Amazon account and then you'll be able to use the smartphone, and you'll see the various Amazon applications installed here. That is Amazon Shopping, Prime Video, Amazon Kindle as well. And there is one app that is quite useful here, that is Tenor Care, which would give you a complete case of how the device is performing, whether all the sensors are working perfectly, whether the screen is working correctly. And this would help you with any customer care queries, where you can either ask the customer care to check this and help you fix any of the issues that you're facing here. Getting into the settings, first thing that you see here is the Android 7.1.2 Nougat, and the company says that the Tenor G is upgradable to Android Oreo in the near future. Getting into the other ones, out of 64 GB, about 58.24 is what is the ROM capacity, but again in that 6.97 is used. So about 51 GB is what the user gets in the end, and this is the 4 GB RAM variant which is available at Rs 14,000, and these are the different settings that you see here. Under the display settings you'll see that there is adaptive brightness, ambient display, and there are no special gestures given here. It is the stock Android UI, so whatever you see on the basic Android is what you see on the interface here as well. Going into the security, you'll see that there is a fingerprint option, and the fingerprint sensor is located on the back of the phone at a very comfortable position, just below the cameras where the finger would reach quite easily. So on the back of the phone is this dual lens camera combination where you see the two cameras, 13 plus 13 megapixel cameras, with the top one having the color sensor and the bottom one having the monochrome sensor. So getting into the camera app itself, you'll see that these are the various options. One is touch to focus, and one is this portrait mode where you can have the bokeh shots taken, and it tells you that one has to be closer to the camera and the other has to be about 2 meters away from it, so that there's a proper bokeh made there. These are the various options under settings, where you have 13 megapixel as the maximum one, and if you want a 16:9 ratio, that would come down to a lesser resolution. There are options for continuous shot, face detection, ISO, exposure, white balance, and red eye detection. These all can be handled manually. The camera seems to be quite decent with the quality for the initial capture swipe that we have taken, and even the front facing camera for selfies looks quite decent, and it should be good because it's a 16 megapixel sensor, so the details would be quite good. But we'll have to see how good the beautification is, because most of the users wouldn't want to know whether it makes it completely artificial or it still keeps it quite natural with the beautification mode turned on. So this was the Tenor G. The phone looks quite good in the hand, and there's also some good comfort because it doesn't have any pokey corners. Everything is smooth and curvy on the back as well, and the size is quite comparable to most of the phones. But there's only one issue in the bottom, where there are no navigation buttons out of the screen, and the display uses the space for the navigation buttons, but there's a lot of space wasted in the bottom just below the screen. So this is the only concern with the design. Otherwise the phone is quite comfortable to hold and good with the design aspect as well. So this was the Tenor G, the unboxing and hands-on of the smartphone, and we'll let you know the review in a few days. We'll also come up with a separate camera review because in this price range there are some good phones that can compete with this one for their cameras. And if you have any other questions, do let me know in the comment sections below and I'll try to answer them, and subscribe to Gizmo Times for more. Thank you for watching.